Hello Gemini, this is Seth and you're watching Rodriguez Mystic, and this is your tarot forecast for the month of November 2017. And today I will be working with my all-time favourite tarot deck, the Morgan-GREER, and the oracle cards that we're working with today are the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck by Toni, Carmine, Salerno, the Vintage Wisdom oracle cards by Victoria Moseley, and the Nature's Whispers oracle cards by Hartfield, artwork by Josephine. So I'm just going to jump straight into this. So this is looking at the main themes for Gemini for November 2017. Okay, so the central theme, the central overall theme for the month of November 2017 for Gemini is the Three of Rods. The Three of Rods, or the Three of Wands as it's more commonly known in most tarot decks, is about a new venture, a new beginning, just the very beginning of it, starting out on something, looking at a fresh path ahead of you. And the rod behind this figure here is saying that this person they have what it takes. You do have what it takes to make a good go of this and to make it work for you. Don't feel like you've got to wait a lot longer to accomplish more things before you'll be safe to do this more successfully. It actually feels like now is a good time to start to make that very first step. I do feel like there'll still be a period of waiting, but November, it's like you can actually see that path now. For a couple of months before, you may still have been unsure of what this path was going to look like, but now we're at the very, very beginning stages in November where we're starting to see what this path might look like and what form it might take for us. This could be all kinds of things. It could be a new job, it could be a completely new career, it could be a new location, it could be moving, but it's something quite significant. And it will be quite exciting for you, and it will be a little bit daunting, but don't worry, you have got what it takes. And then at the beginning of the month here, we've got the Two of Wands, perfectly ties in. So the very beginning of November, the Two of Wands is about a brief period of waiting. This is how I tend to see this card. This is when something is just within our grasp. If you look at the crystal ball the figure is holding here, it's like the globe. He's got the world in his hands. It's almost there. He can almost smell it and taste it, this new venture. But the message of this card is that there will be a brief moment of waiting. So I feel like the very beginning of this month, where we're at now, will involve a brief period of waiting for other things to come into alignment with each other. It's like you have got your mind made up, you may have done what needs to be done at this stage, but now you've got to wait for outside factors, external factors which you don't have control over. You've got to just wait for those to come into alignment. So it could be that you have to wait to hear back from somebody. You may be waiting for a reply from an email, some kind of communication you're waiting back for. You could be waiting to be given the go-ahead from somebody. But yeah, so the beginning of November will be just about waiting, just taking a little moment there, waiting for things to come into alignment. And then in the centre of November, so mid-November, we have the Queen of Cups. Excuse me, the Queen of Cups is talking about love and compassion. You know, the Queen of Cups is a very loving, giving person. I feel like this could be somebody significant that will help you on this path, who will provide something for you. And it really feels as well, because the Queen of Cups is very abundant and she makes sure that your needs are taken care of. It really feels like you'll feel very comforted and supported in this new venture, it's not going to be completely alone. There's going to be a lot of love and support there for you. And then moving into towards the end of November, we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is somebody who is just beginning on the path. So again, we've got this idea of a new beginning and a new path here. The Page of Swords is somebody who is just beginning to learn to become more confident, more powerful within themselves, and to stand up and speak their mind more. This can often refer to when we're in a position where we're going to be taking on more responsibilities in life. We're going to be in charge of more things. We're not going to be taking a back seat now. Now is really time to step up. And the Page of Swords is somebody who's just beginning that process to learn to have that confidence and that power. So the end of this month, as you get more settled into this new direction that you're heading in, you'll really be upping your game, and you'll be more vocal and more able to speak what is on your mind. And I think you will have more responsibilities as well. And your tips and hints card is the Five of Pentacles. I feel like the Five of Pentacles is talking about where you have been. This feels like it's talking about a lesson from the past. The Five of Pentacles here is talking about feeling overlooked or abandoned, feeling like we're suffering because we've not been given an opportunity, or something has been snatched away from us. And I actually feel that this very negative kind of low feeling is actually what is spurring us on onto this new path here. And we are definitely dealing with this very, very well because of this Page of Swords that is coming up in the future towards the end of November. We are going to be speaking our minds. We're not going to be overlooked now. And this is talking about in the past. So think about anything from your past that you may be feeling that you were done a disservice. Anything that you feel that you were disappointed by or let down with. Use this as fuel. Use it as your fuel to move forward. And to give yourself that strength and confidence and power to move in this new direction. And the Queen of Cups here is saying that even though you may be feeling that you were abandoned by somebody, there's still absolutely a very comforting motherly figure here. And even if you look here at the image of the Five of Pentacles here, there is a very motherly, comforting figure here who is very much comforting somebody who feels that they have they've gone through some kind of hardship. So I think that there will be some loving, compassionate support from somebody helping you to get through whatever it is that you've been through, and it will give you the strength of mind and the courage and the confidence to go forward and to be a more powerful person. And this, as I say, this could be referring to a new career. It could be referring to any kind of new venture in your life. I feel like for a lot of you, it's actually talking about something job related, but that's just what I feel from these cards. Now, from the, I'm laughing because there's a card here that has appeared several times now. From the Angels, Gods and Goddesses, we have Angel of Psychic Ability. It says your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at present. This card is talking about the fact that we know there is going to be this big change coming up for us. And we don't know all the full details, we don't know all the ins and outs, but we're starting to see, as I said before, we can see in our mind's eye what kind of form this is going to take. As I said before, we can almost taste it now. And because we're at this threshold where we don't know the full details, but we know that it's coming, the psychic and intuitive abilities are keen and sharp. We can sense this, we're picking up on it now. So it could be a good time to take any notes down, make any notes of any mental impressions or any information that you receive intuitively about where you're heading. Keep a record of that and see how it pans out, and you'll probably be pleasantly surprised that how you thought this was going to work out will actually be how it works out for you. And then from the Vintage Wisdom deck we have Hope again, which I've had drawn for several people now today. The Hope card is about having hope. It's saying don't lose faith. Yes, it is a bit daunting that we're going on this new venture, but absolutely retain that hope. Be hopeful. Be positive about this. And then finally, from Nature's Whispers, we have card 4, and the key word for this card is pause. And this ties in perfectly with the Two of Rods, or the Two of Wands. this is about that moment of that brief period of waiting that I was talking about. This is saying here that we can see where we're going. We've got this idea, but for the beginning of November, we're just going to have to wait to hear back from somebody else. We're going to have to wait for some external factors to come into alignment, but they will be coming into alignment and things will be moving for you. But this is just saying to take that time out to wait. Sorry about my voice. I'm still recovering from being ill. But yeah, that is your brief tarot forecast for the month of November 2017 for all of you Geminis out there. I hope that you find this useful and helpful. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. You can find all of my details and information below this video. You can find details on my blog, my Twitter, my Instagram. You can find information about all the decks that I've used today if you want to check them out as well. So until next time, Gemini, have a good one and take care.